Hello, everybody. This is a crossover scene for all the venues that can join in Lwod, and today we are at a night. We are at a bar at night. The bar's name is no, actually not a bar. Let's call it a bar. Yes, and the bar's name is Vagabonds. The Vagabonds bar is known in Brooklyn. There is a guy who is like a parent's four, and he is like getting all the drinks. There's like a couple people around him. He is like having fun as best as he can, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, for my bro is like whiskey. What do you want? A bottle? Go on, it's fine." As Max is having fun as best as he can.
Yeah, into the bar, I'm guessing two people arrive together.
Yeah, yeah.
Ava and Julie will arrive together and just yeah. Julie is again not really looking as though she dresses up for too many things. It's very casual, her clothing. But yeah, they hang up there. They find a table and they um put down their jackets. Julie just sits down, and just looks over at Ava and just says, "So, um, you got anything in mind for unwinding, or do you want me to find you something to drink?"
Um, if you want to unwind, Ava kind of looks like she's been dragged here. So she didn't have time to dress up. Uh, I'm cool with whatever you want to order.
Okay, okay. She smiles, gets up, and she just goes over to the bar, and yeah, she orders. I have no idea what she would order. She would order like a Guinness for herself and something a bit more sweet for Abba. Some sort of somewhat flower or colorful drink.
The dude on this place, he is like, obviously a total fuckboy, and he's like immediately just be like, it can be from me for the beautiful lady, as he immediately like looks at Julie.
She just
My tab. Put it on my tab. Hello, name's Max. He extends a hand immediately.
oh uh hi Max, and she takes his hand, shakes it. Hi
It's
Max,
not cold.
thanks for the thanks for the generosity. I mean, wow, okay.
He smiles. No problem at all. So, how was your day going on? That's your cute friend. Maybe she can join us as well.
Well, we're just trying to unwind from a bit of a stressful period, my friend and I. But I mean, I mean, sure. I mean, maybe you could join us, or I don't know. I mean, she just stands there for a moment, looks back at Abba, and just, why don't we? I'll go check. Um,
Completely. I'm waiting right here.
and Julie will come down with the drink, just put it on the table. Just say, so,
Thanks.
you up for company, or?
The company. Um, Julie, is this a setup? Did
What?
Nausicaa tell you anything?
No.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, she looks over. I mean, he's pretty good looking, but I don't know. He's obviously fishing, but hmm,
I mean, if you want, sure.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to, just I'm gonna talk to him a bit, but you're
Yeah,
welcome to join, but no
yeah,
pressure.
sure. No, I'm coming. It's fine. You're right. Judy, maybe because I think this is stupid. You know I had a boyfriend, right?
Um, no,
Oh,
I don't.
uh
I don't think I. What do you mean had? You broke up?
well, hmm
Oh,
so
well.
I thought maybe Nausicaa had told you, and but yeah, sure, I'll join you. Forget about it. It's yeah.
Well, I wasn't aware, but if you want to talk, please
No,
just don't hesitate. It's fine.
it's try and have some fun. Maybe they sometimes say that that's the best way to deal with it.
That's the spirit. And she gets up. She takes her beer and goes over to Max again. It's just so Max. What do you do? I mean, isn't that the question you have to ask?
Completely. Got a bar named The Duck, and just checking out other bars, making sure everything is all right in other bars.
Just
Alva
taking
will
out the
join.
competition.
He exactly just trying to learn more from everywhere. Hello, my name is Max. As he extends a hand to Ava.
Hi, I'm Helena.
Helena, quite a nice name. You're at. Oh, see, this Helena has accent.
She has a slight European, like sorry, Scandinavian accent. So it's not
He
really very noticeable, but just a little.
he says, "I catch your accent. Spend a lot of time in Europe."
Oh, um, I was um, I was born there.
Oh, oh, nice, nice, nice. He smiles and then looks at Ava, looks at the Helena and the girl he didn't take the name off, which is Julie. And I'm really sorry, I actually didn't take your name.
Oh, I'm Alex.
Alex, nice, okay.
So you're making market research for your other bars. I mean, it's got to keep you busy.
Exactly, the just making sure everything is going well. It is a bit weird that there's a lot of problems here and there, but hopefully it will just be done. Like the market prices is getting this China thing is just killing everything. They say that they're gonna get the prices for tax for China up. It's gonna cause problems for me, but well, the bar has a very nice setting. A lot of people enjoys it. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to go with the flow, roll with the punches, I suppose. I don't do much business myself, but oh well. I mean, someone has to.
Student?
Yeah, yeah. Well, recently kind of finished, but yeah,
Oh, what
I'm
did you
still
study?
art.
Nice. He smiles broadly. I and he looks at Ava like and he Julie at the same time. Pardon, I use your guys' name.
That's
Please
fine.
correct me because I come from playing Caleb. I really apologize.
That's cool.
Um, and he will say like he will look both of them and say like I studied history and I realized like just why don't you write your own history and left the school, get some money from family and open a bar. It's going quite well. I wanted to write my own, do my own things actually.
That's quite a career change.
Thanks. I agree as well. It is a big change, and I like the change. It brought a lot of new things.
Aren't you afraid you're missing out on things? Like not studying?
College is fine, but history is boring. Maybe one day I will just return to college and work for, study something, but not history.
Economic,
Yeah,
economics,
Probably.
or
economics.
Mm, maybe. I was thinking about psychology for a while, but then I read a couple things about it, and then I realized psychology is not for me as well.
No, not a people's person.
I beg your pardon?
Are you not a people person? Like you
The,
don't like to talk to people?
no, 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 no. I actually quite am a people's person. He kind of smiles like a big cheesy, not cheesy actually. I'm gonna say cool smile, and he will say, "No, I feel like I am a people's person, but I feel like uh, I feel like it's gonna be weird for me learning so much about old studies while the old studies are the old studies. Like, why don't people can teach like this is this and this is that according to this guy? Well, that guy lived in a different time. Different time had different circumstances.
But if you look at history, it's basically where we got our current understanding from. You can see the road we walked and therefore have more of an idea of the road we want to set our foot upon.
I I agree. That's a that's a thing that a lot of people talks and says and states. But I feel like there's a lot of things that has been not told in history. The I feel like the history is written by victors, and a lot of people is just that they're like reading something like like I think like they just gave you something they want you to learn, not something that like not the things that happen, but they teach you the things they want you to learn. That's how I feel. What is history and what is going on with the world?
so you're conspiratorial, or
I don't know. Maybe I just saw a lot of shit. He, he again has a smile. They say the cops are for protecting us, but a lot of cops does just bad stuff as well. There could be bad people in many places. I'm not saying everything is a lie. I'm probably sure that the most of the stuff is a lie. Like for example, let me give you an example. When I was studying, I met with a guy from Syria, and then he was stating like he studied in Turkey. He said that the a lot of history in Syria and Turkey is basically points like it's a point from each other, and there's a lot of lies in both of the histories. Same with Europe. The France says this, the British says different, even for America.
that's actually a lot truer than most people think. Julie
Yeah,
just smiles and just nods at him.
Ava would definitely give an Julie like a quick glance when Max was mentioning the uh, evil things that cops can do. But she won't comment on it.
Well, what are you guys drinking?
Oh, goodness myself.
I actually don't know.
I said
And
something sweet and
Really?
tasty, but um,
the guy, like the Max immediately like taps on the um the counter and like, hey, don't keep the beautiful ladies bleeding. Come on. And the guy immediately like blinks like, "Argh," because the Max was like probably dropping a lot of tips so he doesn't want to make him wait.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems as the bar business must be going really well.
What do you mean? He looks at her like curiously.
Well, you're spending. I mean, you're dropping a lot of tips. I mean, not complaining. I think it's good, but
Business is going quite well, yes. That's what, something that we can say. He smiles. It's also, I know how hard it is for people to work in this business. They spend a lot of time and taking shit from a lot of people, so.
but well, since you're doing market research, whatever you want to call it, you here alone or with friends or what?
I'm here alone. These people, as he like shows a couple people, like when he turns, like probably the people he bought beers or whatever. They're just some people I met here.
Hmm. All right.
And now I met you too. That means I'm not alone.
Yeah, that's kind of the definition of the word. Yeah. Um. So, you're originally from New York, or
I am original from New York, yes. Born here in Brooklyn. Studied in Columbia, then said no. You?
uh, well, it's upstate, but not New York. No, but
Didn't catch an accent
I
out of
moved here
you.
quite a some time ago.
He nods. So, are you what they say New Yorker now? Isn't that the joke? Everybody says like I'm a New Yorker. No, I'm the New Yorker.
Well, I think that happens more or less to everyone. It happened to me as well. She smiles. Yeah, I think you could say that. Not too much though.
Are you a New Yorker, Alba? Helena?
Um, I don't know. I've lived here for about a year now. I like New York, but I wouldn't consider myself a New Yorker yet.
He nods. I feel like I am a New Yorker, but
It's more important not that you are a New Yorker, but that you're comfortable, that you're good with what you are. That's that's more important, whether or not you identify as a New Yorker or American. Or, that's actually less important than being comfortable.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm
But
sure we're all people of the world, are we not? Isn't that most important?
we are all people of the world, and yes.
so
Depends on who you ask, but I feel the same. Important. That's what's important.
so what kind of bar is Duck or Ducks or
The dark. The
the
dark.
Dark? Oh, okay, I thought it was called the
I
Duck.
heard duck. I heard duck as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you would laugh at that and just go. I mean, I thought it was like either duck costumes or like a giant duck or just lots of ducks everywhere. But the Dark. Oh, okay, fair enough.
A bar called duck actually sounds kind of entertaining.
It is an entrance. The like a one of those cool entrances. The where you enter a more like there's not a lot of lights. It's a bit dark, as you can guess from the name. You enter to a location where basically it's more how do I say feel like you are at somewhere that where you are like are there to have fun, where you can run away from the norms of a lot of society. I don't like a lot of people pushing their own agenda on people and like people to be free.
Oh, okay. So it's like an underground thing?
Not underground, but like it. Uh, there's a big there's a long what was the old a corridor.
Right, but you said about being free from other people's agendas.
Like basically, it's not underground, but like it's completely legit. I mean, a lot of people like right now like looks at you weird when you kiss someone or like do other things.
Oh, okay. That's totally cool. Uh,
Thanks,
so where's this? Like, it kind of sounds that sounds kind of interesting.
thank you. And he gives a card.
Oh, she takes it. I mean, gotta have a lot of people coming through, but yeah, I mean, I can understand why you would want a place to unwind and stuff.
Thanks. I enjoy the I enjoy being myself a lot.
Uh, she kind of laughs at you a little, and she just says, "Yeah, we can't really. I mean, not enjoying that. That's gotta really suck, honestly."
There's a lot of people who can't enjoy who they are.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's true. So, what are you having?
Whiskey, as he raises the glass, a bit different than normal whiskey. I just seen this at a website.
Could you repeat that?
I just saw this in a website. I think it's different whiskey. You mix it with other whiskeys.
It's
Oh, okay.
blended.
Pardon?
It's blended.
Oh, see, what did she say? I couldn't understand.
Is it
She said it.
blended?
Yeah.
He will say, yes, we can say that.
Hmm.
Can I have a check?
Please. He offers it to her.
Yeah, Julie will have a little bit of a sip.
It tastes like normal, not something crazy.
Hmm. Hmm. That's good. Normally, I'm not a whiskey person, but that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Can be nice, but blended is usually not the best kind of whiskey. And in all honesty, no offense.
No, I'm not offended, but I understand. I think that the mixing is not a lot like something that a lot of people does with whiskey.
Mm. If you mix single malts together, that's a blended. That's what most people drink that don't understand whiskey very well.
I'm not a I can't say I am very good at like mixing drinks. I usually left that thing to my the people I work with.
I mean, wait a minute. You're mixing it with other drinks, so not other whiskeys. That was the impression I got.
I yeah, this is a just mixing with other whiskeys. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm. He kind of smiles after some time again, and then says, "You guys, both of you are, how do I say this? Look like you both look like very different. Is there a story behind like how we would become friends?
Yeah, a long and very complicated one, but yeah.
I mean, I got time.
Mm, it's also quite private.
Ah, my apologies then.
It's
Don't
Is
mean
there a story behind like every friendship?
that's true.
pretty much.
Oh,
Mm,
see, is Jacob gonna arrive?
Yes. Um,
oh
well,
dear.
two people will recognize this man. Um, a young man in his 20-somethings enters the bar in fairly casual clothing. As I don't really know how busy the bar is. How busy is the bar?
It's like meh busy.
Okay, he makes his way past the minor gathering, um, up
Just a
to the
second,
bar,
guys.
and we'll ask for some lovely non-alcoholic beverage that this bar has because Jacob is a non-alcoholic. And obviously, Helena, not Eva, and Julie. Um, will recognize him as well. One recognizes him as is Captain Clay, and the other recognizes it. No. Overrode recognized him as Sergeant Clay, I think. This is when he was not as high up in the police force. And Julia recognizes him as Jacob.
Yeah, and Julie will just say, oh, one moment, Max, and she will just walk over and just say, "Hey, hey, Jacob. Been a while. What are the odds?"
Oh god, what have I done this time? Yeah, I didn't expect to see you here.
Hey, you're having a drink? Why don't you join us?
Sure, who's it with?
Oh, it's just Helena, and do you know her?
I don't know Helena, no.
Okay. Oh, it's one of my friends,
Cool.
and yeah, and she just gestures you over.
Um, yeah, he'll kind of look on over to the gathering of peoples.
Does he has to recognize? Well, it's not Helena, but it's someone else.
Let's just say I was standing like with her back towards him, just for fun's sakes.
Yeah. Hey, Helena, this have you? This is Jacob.
And yeah, Ava will turn around. Uh, oh, hi.
Does he recognize her appearance?
Yeah, she's back in her red hair and everything. This is literally the person that was on the news. Who was also on the news for the fact that she's been shot.
I'm back. What's happening?
Good thing. Good things
Nothing.
are happening.
Jacob is just a suspected serial killer. It's fine. Um,
I should have brought Terry.
Jacob just kind of looks at Helena and goes to and just pauses for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, Ava is going to, or Helena is going to try and not, look extremely shocked, but you will still see the surprise on her face.
Jacob's head just kind of snaps to Julie and just goes, "Well, that makes a lot more sense."
Hello, Mister.
Oh, you can just call me Jacob. It's fine.
Jacob. My name is Max. What do you want to drink, man? It's for me.
No, that's cool. I just got a drink.
Shit. Okay. That's fun. He has like new burgers arrives from another place, and he takes the burgers. Man, I love Burger King.
Alex, I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hey, so how is I don't know. Do you still like? Isn't it like she's talking to Jacob? Isn't it kind of like old school and kind of corny to call it Unark's finest or something? Like, how do you say that nowadays? Like, so how is the police force doing? How is the NYPD? Like, how is New York's finest? That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit old-fashioned. She's like 10 seconds too late on the ball there. So you just kind of Helena walking away. It'll just continue the conversation.
Helena is not walking away. She's like looking at Julie, aka Alex, and it's just like, okay, you clearly didn't get the hint of going to the bathroom. So she'll just stay there.
It's
Yeah. She didn't catch that at all.
I love it.
just rescued. Did you hear about the kidnappings in Washington Heights?
Oh yeah, that totally sucked. I heard.
Actually, no. Wait, no. Was it on the news? Has it been made a news thing yet, Saskia?
It's not been made a news
Okay, yeah,
thing.
he won't say that then.
Wasn't it? Wasn't there a post about it?
Not to my knowledge.
It might be something different. Let me double check.
Or I already forgot that I made the post. I'm not beyond that.
God damn it!
Why? It's not my fault.
I mean, if you forgot, it is
If I forgot
completely
it,
your
it's
fault.
totally my fault. No, I agree.
I don't see any. No,
Alright,
I only
okay,
see me
that's
rolling
just me.
6 10s in glorious British style.
Right,
I don't
it's
think
just me. So yeah, obviously not.
No, he wouldn't say that then because that's actually kind of important, but he doesn't say. He'll just say, actually, everything's been going pretty well. Things are pretty quiet recently.
That's good. That's very good. I mean,
That's kind of thing with the law enforcement. No news is normally good news.
yeah, pretty much.
Is it good news or bad news? No news.
No news is normally good news.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it could also be tense. I mean, New York being what it is, with all of the, I don't know what the like general terror thing is, but that's got to be something that you also have to take into account.
Kinda, yeah.
So, does anyone else want to drink?
I'm just gonna drink another whiskey. And yeah, New York is a crazy place.
Yeah, you'll never know what you'll find here. Jacob will just whisper to Julie. So I like these. Like, are these guys like one of yours?
The what?
Never mind.
Did my character heard that?
He's whispering it because he doesn't want people to know.
Ah, okay, then.
Julie
Unless he
looks
wants
at
to
him
use heightened senses, in which
yeah,
case
yeah,
it'd be triply heard.
she's a close friend. I mean, yeah, we're close. We're pretty close.
Huh.
I mean, she's a little you know, she's her. It's not right for me to say. She's. I mean, actually, I didn't plan on it, but turns out it's probably good that she gets some fresh air. I mean, it's just something a little thing happened, but it's not important.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it turned out well. But you, I mean, we're pretty high. Like you were climbing the ranks, so to say, right? Like uh, you're captain or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm largely on top of the ranks now.
That's cool. I mean, like, did you do some things in the armies before, or in the army before? Because, I mean, boom, it seems like quite a thing. Like you're quite, you look my age. I mean, it can't be that normal for someone to.
Oh no, I'm a bit of a weird exception to the rule. How old are you? I never asked.
Oh, I'm 24.
Oh yeah, we're about the same age.
Cool.
No, you don't look 24, as Max says to Ava. No, not Ava.
I was going to
Alex.
say, Alma's definitely not
Alex.
24 yet. She's younger.
Well, lots of meditation, healthy living.
Oh, you do meditation.
She laughs at saying healthy living. But she says, "Yeah, I do it. I do actually do. I do. Well, I sit in human resources, but I do a lot of yoga and meditation, and help people unwind.
Quite nice.
Oh, it is. It's great.
I wish I can learn. I'm totally interested in those stuff. Never learned.
Oh, it's never too late.
You have a card or something?
Well, I mean, you can get my number. We can do a thing. Tell me.
Thank you. He will wait for a card to be presented.
Oh yeah, they'll exchange numbers. She doesn't have a business card.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So, Ava will come back with like a couple of drinks, whoever ordered.
Jacob
I assume it's
slurping
everybody but
on his
yeah.
juice.
I was gonna say, I assume it's everybody but Jacob
He's
because
just staring at you. It's like,
yeah, Ava looks really uncomfortable.
You all right, Ava?
I'm just gonna presume that you said Helena, but yeah.
God damn it! I'm sorry. Hello, Helena. Are you all right, Helena?
Yeah. I'm fine. Thank you. I do think something kind of came up. I guess I just have to go.
Ah, that's very sad.
It's a shame.
Um,
Hope it's nothing important. If the police are involved, just feel free to give me a call. I'll get it sorted out.
no, I never have any dealings with the police. Um, that is, unless they have involvements with me, but I don't really see why, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk later. All right, Helena. And she looks a little bit uncertain about this abrupt thing, but she just she just yeah says goodbye.
Okay.
You guys are going? Ah, that's very sad.
Bye
No,
bye.
no, it's just me. Don't worry.
That's also
What's
sad.
what's the thing?
Just I forgot to do my homework, and I need to walk my dog.
You will actually
Yeah,
hear
walking a dog at this late hour?
you will actually hear a from Julie.
Your dog?
Ava is a terrible liar. She only has 3 dice in manipulation subterfuge.
Ah, she's as honest as Jacob. Jacob will just go walking and go like a dog at this late hour. I mean, not gonna lie, the park's pretty dangerous at night.
Paris, her dog, is eh, kind of a needy little thing, but
Paris is not needy.
The Max,
well,
in an attempt of being smooth, says, I mean, if there is
Oh
it's very
boy.
late and if your dog is like, if you need to take your dog to a walk, I can always come with you. Like, we just talked about like New York being a dangerous place.
Hey, hey
Ava
baby,
just gets
walk your dog
red
with me?
in her face. Yep, I'm fine. Yeah. I
If you
forgot
say
my
so.
drink. So I'll just finish my drink and then, you know, yeah.
okay. She or Helena begins to leave. Um, Julie just looks to Max and just goes, "You like that was actually pretty smooth, all things considered."
Thanks.
That was as smooth as a rock through a window,
The best wingo.
right?
he he says just, well, I try to help.
That's about.
You know what? Before Ava goes, she'll just be like, Julie, do you have moments?
We'll say that she says, "Alex, do you have a moment?" But yes, she.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
doing the same mistake as well. Yeah. Alex, do
she
you have
says,
moments?
"Sure. Give me one moment, guys." And yeah, she walks with her.
So, as they're like, at the exit or entrance, whatever you want to call it, of the bar, Ava's just gonna lean in. It's like, you're friends with a cop.
Yeah, it's the guy that Nasa could talk with as well.
Yeah, but Nausicaa just come up to me and introduce me to a guy that was a cop around the time that they thought I was a murderer
They still
who
think
later
that.
got killed.
Well, more tense and the more obviously you give away stuff, the worse it will be. But
I'm not giving away anything. He thinks I'm a murderer that was shot. And I'm still here.
well, I think we can convince him. He knows about cover-ups and stuff.
Knows about
She whispers to him, or she whispers, goes very close. I think he's one of the werewolves.
Really?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I know he is.
Oh, wait a minute. Out of character. I think I know that.
You checked his aura once.
Yeah, I checked his aura. And she says, yeah, I know that. But that's all the more reason for me to be terrified of him trying to kill me again.
What do you think they're talking about over there?
I have no idea, but it's probably about like how hot I am. As he makes a joke. It's a dumb joke, but he just makes it anyway.
He goes,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're pretty smooth.
but he knows. I think it will be easier for us to make him understand that you were framed. Out of a lot of people, he might be able to understand a lot better.
If you say so, but how?
Sorry, I didn't think about it, but I'll talk to you later. Okay?
Okay. Well, sorry, but I don't want to risk getting ripped to shreds by a werewolf because he thinks that I'm a murderer.
Right. Right. It's like the thing you just said just begins to click for Julie a bit more. It seems she just begins to think of potentially getting attacked. She just says, "All right, I'll see you later," and she will walk back.
Yep, and I will leave the room.
Okay, so yeah, it's just drama. It's no biggie. So, um, have you ever, running a bar, like, do you, is it, is it easy to control, or is it like a problem with like rowdy people and shit? I mean, I remember back in the day, a lot of work had to go into keeping people in line. And hey, I mean, the captain here might even be able to help you. Who knows?
I'm quite fine with how we keep people in line, to be honest. Just sometimes just dumb shit happens and I need to stop them. I have a barman, like he turns to Jacob. His name is Dark, and like sometimes people get weird, and then I make sure they don't do weird stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, best to keep people from getting too rowdy.
It is best. You're right.
How do you and Julie meet?
Just right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, it was
Jacob seems to carefully consider something, given that whenever he seems to meet someone in a drinking establishment, it's a massive clusterfuck from every angle.
The bar thing is like going again, as I said, well, but hopefully it will be better. In the future, I kind of want to like set another bar in like Queens or Manhattan if the
Spain.
business goes well.
That makes sense.
Inviting like famous people.
Oh, interesting.
Having like concerts of sort, making sure people stays and has fun as best as they can.
Just like a high-profile music club.
Kind of, I may have like changes in the future. I don't know. We have a lot of potential.
Hmm.
I feel like my bar has a lot of potential. Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you, man.
Has um has Max been drinking?
Yeah, he has been.
Okay, it's important. Normally, I'd never feel the need to ask that question at all, but Jacob does actually have fairly specific knowledge.
No, I know.
Um,
He has been drinking like everything and eating as well. He has eat food
yeah,
merit.
okay, yeah, way better.
Blush of health as well. Like
Yeah, that's what I want. Um, that's cool. Yeah, I just run the east side of Manhattan, so I mean, probably won't be running into me in your bar too much. Like we're a whole borough away from each other.
East Side is like Manhattan is cool. They a lot of people says like that's the where real stuff goes, but I don't know.
Well, do tell. Is there anything I'm being kept out of the loop on?
No, no, no. What I mean is like a lot of people just think so like the Manhattan like East Manhattan is the place where mostly where people has fun and all that jazz.
Yeah, well, it's a big island, so it's a bit more isolated from the rest of NYC, and also tends to be a bit of a mishmash of everything. If I was cynical, I'd call it a clusterfuck, but I'm not. You can find just about anything in Manhattan if you go looking for it. And that
I
also
agree.
includes trouble, unfortunately.
A couple of that means yeah, finding trouble as well. You're right.
But fortunately, I get paid for that.
You're right. I mean, hopefully, like nothing will happen and you will have a good life and all that jazz. But
Well, I made it this far. Got kidnapped once. That was
shit.
I'm sorry, what?
yeah. When I was back in academy, I got kidnapped.
Dude, that's insane. Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't long after my supervisor got shot and killed. That was rough.
Bad story. Is this a story time? He smiles when he says.
Um, Probably not the one where my supervisor died because that one's actually hitting a bit close to home. But the kidnap I can tell you a bit about.
Julie, Alex, whatever you want to call her, she just looks at Max and she just goes, "Wow, okay, maybe you should, be a lot more considerate."
My apologies.
She comes over and just says, "Hey," and she says to Jacob, "Hey, if you want to talk about stuff, like I'm totally good for that." And she kind of gives him a hug.
Jacob doesn't really change his motions, so it feels very awkward. He kind of just continues to slurp on his straw. Um, and he'll just say, "Ah, that's cool." to be, I mean, it wasn't pleasant. Obviously, I got the shit kicked out of me for like a week. But then they found out I was a cop. They fucking panicked, and then they decided to drop me off at the nearest hospital because they realized, perhaps having kidnapped a cop was a terrible fucking idea, and would result in the entire police force attempting to track you down with extreme prejudice. I mean, it's bad enough when one person goes missing and we go looking for them, particularly if we suspect a kidnapping. Then we get really fucking serious. But if a cop goes missing, oh. Whoever did that can expect to be spending the rest of their life behind bars.
Like, that's awful. Like, have you talked with someone about it? Like,
oh yeah. I had the whole therapy thing when I got back. After I got out of the hospital, of course.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, no. No, they wouldn't have put me anywhere near a badge without me having to go through therapy first. It's just it'd be extremely irresponsible of them. So yeah, I've dealt with it. I've moved on. It's all good.
I mean, these days you see some irresponsible things from the police, but
yeah.
Well, it's good to know that they at least take care of their own.
Well, I mean, say what you will about us. We're very consistent in that regard.
I agree. I think the cops are like very good at looking after each other.
Yeah, it's usually spun in a negative light. I can understand that, particularly if one is already cynical about the police force. But I mean, being a cop, it's kind of nice. Yeah, you're basically part of another community, and that's good. That, and I mean, it happens because obviously we see a lot of things, right? So it can be harder and we know that we all see those things. So when I mean, as you said, Julia, when we're having a rough spot, it's usually another cop who kind of looks out for us because they kind of understand what we're going through and what we've seen, right? Because they've been there themselves. It can be harder for like the average person to relate.
I'm really happy that you have someone, because I mean, you could disagree with certain things, but yeah.
Yeah, though I mean,
people shouldn't, like, they're doing a job, they shouldn't suffer for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't really like, people who go like, I mean, I know it's like a whole internet thing where it's like, fuck the police, and that's cool, that's fun, that's a joke, right? I don't mind that stuff. That's, that's part of the joke. That's basically comedy, and that's fine. But I really appreciate it when people like actively saying fuck the cops or don't cooperate with them no matter what, or don't say anything, or like it's some people even like, just going around picking conflict with police. It's just, I don't really appreciate that at all. I mean,
doesn't help the society.
I mean, it doesn't even help the people encouraging it and doing it. Because, I mean, if you don't cooperate with the police, most of the time they're just going to come down harder on you because you're not cooperating with them. So that instantly makes you suspicious in their eyes. Because, like, well, who would not want to cooperate with the police? Well, normally criminals don't cooperate with the police. It may come as a surprise to some of us, but and I can understand why people are like suspicious of the police and all that. But a lot of people who are take it to the angle of just not cooperating, and that just makes it harder to do our jobs, which then makes the lives of people around us harder because we're trying to clean up crime in the city, and it also makes us ourselves suspicious of people who aren't cooperating with us, and it kind of just leads to a vicious cycle of like suspicion breeds non-cooperation, which breeds more suspicion from both sides, which breeds more non-cooperation, and then the cops like, well, we think, well, this person is not cooperating with us, they're suspicious as all hell, they've probably got dirt, and then we'll probably find something to pin them on, and that just leads to a whole morph. It's just a whole thing, and it just ends. It's just a fucking mess. It's
Cycle of problems.
yeah. I mean, I think if someone, for example, like I'm not gonna come down on if someone's like fucked up, someone's done like a crime, but they're willing to come clean about it and cooperate, I'll probably. I mean, I will. I mean, I will give them like I will come down way less hard on them for cooperation. And two, if their statements or testimony helps me get to a much more serious crime, which is normally what I'll be pressuring these people on, then I might even be inclined to let them off, depending on the severity of the crime. Like if they've killed someone, obviously, you know, a bit of a sorry, that was a bit of a brutal example, but it's just to drive the point home. Like I can do some things for people. I can't do everything, but the more cooperative people are, usually just the better it is for everybody involved. I mean, you do have your bad apple cops out there who are just assholes and they try and pin everything on one guy even after they've cooperated. And in my opinion, that's a massively counterproductive approach. Like it's just, I mean, ignoring the fact that it's morally dubious, it's just not productive towards creating a sort of safer society for people. It just creates, again, just more of that suspicion that leads to more non-cooperation, which leads to more suspicion from the cops. So it's just, yeah.
It's a cycle of problems.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an easy divide to heal because there's a lot of other factors that come into play, right? Like I kind of make it sound like this fairly simple one-note feedback loop, but there are a lot of variables that come into play with it. So, and it's not something that even the police can really solve on their own a lot of the time. Half the time this comes down to politicians kind of giving us the means to do that or doing it themselves. So really half the time all I can do is just kind of try and be as fair as I possibly can for each case or each situation and just kind of keep chugging along. And then, if I see an opportunity to kind of build trust, I'll go do that. But half the time, a lot of these larger scale issues, I won't be able to do that. I mean, even if I do it, it'll come down to with all these people who are suspicious of us and vice versa. It'll come down to, well, he's one of the good cops. There's still like a legion of bad cops,
He nods. These Max nods.
But it's not a bad job. I like it.
Like, it is a hard job. It is not something everyone can do. At the same time, it is something that is needed because then there will be chaos.
Oh yeah. Without cops, you'd have much worse.
Society would be much.
Yeah, I mean, before cops, what were there were other institutions that enforced the law, and they were far more abusive. Not exactly the bar we should be holding ourselves to, but still, it's over history things get better. It's the slow march of progress, and I think in today's age, I think we're getting we've gotten to such a point where I feel like we as a society are a bit hungry for more quickly, which I can understand, but again, I often find it's counterproductive because it leads to a lot of backlash and then change just stops. And that's not really helpful towards solving real world problems. People need to learn to when to pick their battles.
I, but I actually have to jump out.
Oh, you gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go. It was nice to talk with all of you, and it was quite nice to meet with you all.
Yeah, nice meeting, man.
He looks at Julie. I will try to get that class as soon as possible.
All right. I'll see you around.
I see you around. And he kind of like gives a good tip and leaves.
And Julie and Jacob will hang out afterwards.
Yeah, actually, after Max has left, Jacob will ask, so who's that guy? I haven't met him before. Is he magic too?
I have no idea. Like, I was just talking. I needed to unwind. I had a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah,
bad.
you should probably check because he's just he's talking to me like it's no big deal, and that happens like once every month, and he's way over my quota. So that was a little bit weird how he didn't seem put off by me at all. He might have just been really good at hiding it, but
So you're saying she kind of just rubs her temples with her
90% of the time. Literally, if someone walks up to me, I mean, in this case, I walked up to him, so I can't be sure. Like, the reason I'm sure of you is because you walked up to me. That happens, like, once every 6 weeks. And usually it's not, and even then, it's usually not an actual person.
Right. Okay, but can we maybe sit down and just, I don't know, just unwind and not talk about stuff like that?
I mean, my life is a clusterfuck. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine what that would be like. She just looks at you with this flat expression.
Fuck, you don't.
Yeah, I think we can probably agree that we are in sync when it comes to life as a clusterfuck.
I mean, I'd argue mine is way more of a clusterfuck, but okay.
Oh, it might be. I don't know. But I'm quite certain that I can relate a lot more than other people.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I got
But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to sit down, going to drink, and talk about how stupid politicians are or something.
How about that? I mean, that's low hanging fruit.
Well, that's the point. Not being too complicated. Just talk about people who are dicks.
I mean, people are dicks. That's true. That is very
yeah.
true.
So let's try it. Then she goes over and sits down. And just out of character, Amachan, did you need to leave and shut this?
I kind of jump out. I need to jump out.
Okay. Then I believe this will be the moment that we end our scene.
Okay, thank you, pleasure playing. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.